time to react. It's time to react. It's time to react. Hey, man. It's your boy Long Beach Joe. I'm back, and it is time to react. Listen, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Also, hit that thumbs up button. All right. Helps get the content out there. Get in the description as a link tree to all my social media. Follow me. I'll follow you right back. Also, get in the comments, okay? Let me know where y'all from. I got people watching me from different places and different spaces, and I appreciate all of y'all. Listen, it's time to get into it. That boy, Katt Williams, he letting it be known, all right? He letting it be known. He got some things he got to say on Club Shay Shay, and so we going to check this out, man. He gonna put it all out there. So listen, sit down with your favorite beverage, sit down with your favorite snack. It's your boy Long Beach Joe. It's time to react. Let's get to the content.
And I needed you to know why I came by.
Yeah, I need you to tell us why.
Let's go.
People know I don't go everywhere. I'm not interested in talking to people unless it's like a Larry King or somebody of an amazing ilk that I would actually want to go talk to in real life.
Okay.
Facts.
I don't do it so I can sell product, and I got things to sell, so let me come talk. You have a great product here, and as a fan base, we love the attention that you spend on the guest. We love how much work you've done, how well you know them, how prepared you are. The same things that we liked about you in football. You brought that on over to here, and that's why it resonates. And the reason I had to come is because you've made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. I'm talking about things that have never been heard in all of Black Hollywood. They feel comfortable sitting here and lying to you about it.
You gonna set the record straight?
Are you kidding me? You let Rickey Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now three quick points.
That's weird.
You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Rickey Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
He shouldn't be able, you wouldn't let an athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Rickey Smiley can't act because Rickey Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it.
Wow.
He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
That's crazy. And it's wild because Rickey saying that don't make a lot of sense. Like, what Katt is speaking facts. I can't see anyone else being Money Mike except for Katt. His swag, his vibe, his aura, what he brings to the table as an actor, that completely fits that role. I could never see Rickey Smiley playing the pimp. I can't see it. I don't think anybody else could either.
No cast member has ever said anything.
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought
No.
he was.
Sir,
No
one.
way.
Why no? He was with KD. He beat up Terry Crews. Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and what?
Yeah.
So
Rickey Smiley knows this. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie. But I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom. Whoa. And that's what Rickey Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy,
right,
where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Rickey Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And
you know what's crazy about this? Even him talking about that scene where Money Mike is supposed to get taken advantage of by Terry Crews's character. I believe what he's saying because the way that scene kind of plays out is when and he's got a famous line, Damon, I'm a boy. It's the most hilarious thing. Everything he's saying just rolls out, even from Rickey Smiley, from it not making sense for him to say that he was going to play Money Mike to him changing the script and changing things so that Money Mike doesn't get taken advantage of in that way and it being hilarious because he's such a great actor. It's wild, man. This dude is spitting facts here.
Suit for me, why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Katt Williams wrote. So what Rickey Smiley say on his?
Whoa.
You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm gonna be funnier than you. What he told everybody was, Katt Williams, don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steve and Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress.
Whoa.
Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it?
Yes, he did.
You bet he did. It's in my contract.
That is crazy. He was absolutely in a dress in that movie. For sure. Boy, Katt stomping down, man. Katt stomping down. I can't wait to continue to hear what he got to say.
You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life.
Ooh.
They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So
that is a bar. That is a bar. I got to go back and listen to that again.
They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
That he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie.
Exactly.
And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Katt Williams' joke?
Yeah.
He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had.
He did steal a
Now
lot from Mark
Steve
Curry.
got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing.
He absolutely did everything that Katt Williams was saying. He absolutely hated on Bernie Mac. This is a fact, and this is a known fact throughout Hollywood. That man, Steve Harvey, I believe it was Ocean's 11, he went to those people and tried to get Bernie taken off that movie. He wanted Bernie's role. That's a fact. That is a fact. Yo, Katt out here stepping. He out here stepping. I ain't gonna lie to you. He out here cooking so far. Cooking.
That hated on Bernie with this same thing.
Yes.
I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good Oba-Kaby and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
I don't know, Katt. We might not let you drink anymore the way I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you. The truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. Cedric sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. What?
It's a situation.
He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer.
Right.
We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
That's a fact.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available on Netflix or Tubi.
It seems to me, Katt, that you had a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You wanted to set the record straight.
He doesn't. It's and this is the thing, and I understand why Shannon is saying what he's saying right now. This is not the first time Katt has addressed these things. As a guy, I follow Katt Williams. I like Katt Williams a lot. He's a great comedian. This is not the first time that he said these things. It's just the fact that Katt does not like to allow, just like anyone, you wouldn't want somebody to, you don't want to allow someone to lie and get away with it, especially if it's about taking your work, like he talking about with Cedric. Cedric stole a joke from him. It's known. And so you don't want to allow someone to sit up here and lie and tarnish your name while they continue to progress and forward themselves off of your hard work and sweat. Don't want to do it. And so that's why Katt's going off the way he is, and I respect it.
No.
You wanted to set the record straight.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. I don't say any of these things if my name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened.
Yeah.
It's untrue.
Yeah.
And there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Rickey Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way that Rickey Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven said he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? Because he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets, and this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies. Katt's on drugs. Where are the stories? Why is there no story of anybody who ever sold a drug to me, did a drug with me, was around me when I was inebriated? I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons. Why would we tell these ridiculous stories? Because it's competition. You feel like, well, why comedy guys can't just get along?
Yes.
Why didn't you get along with the other teams you were competing against? If you're a Denver Bronco, why you don't get along with the Cowboys? Something wrong with you?
But I don't disagree. I don't dislike all the Cowboys. Katt, damn, you like this?
No, that's not.
Okay, what comedians do you like?
Did you play against the team?
Yes.
I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
I'm not the comedian you can give that to. I only put on comedians that are funnier than me.
Yes.
Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just caught a straight.
Faison love.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got?
0.
0.
Yep.
Why is he allowed to have conversations about real stand-up people? We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all. As a journalist. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't harbor any resentment to any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted.
That's the thing. And it's great that he said that, because a lot of people, what they try to do, and again, this is not the first time that Katt has addressed some of these things publicly. He's done this in the past. Y'all free to go look it up. I'm telling you, if you think I'm lying, you can Google it. It's not the first time that he's talked about people stealing jokes. And I mean, stealing jokes in comedy is, unless you just don't know, it's very well known that there's people that steal jokes. It's very well known. And there's a lot of classic joke thieves out there, especially some of these guys that are very established. You'll see a young guy or a no-name comic kind of come up through the ranks. He'll be doing jokes, and then all of a sudden a big name guy will take that joke and you'll hear it on, their HBO special or whatever else. But this is not the first time that Katt has come out and talked about these things at all publicly. And him letting it be known that it's not about me seeming bitter or me being bitter because they're, more successful in the mainstream eyes of things. No, it's about, listen, you're not going to take my stuff. You're not going to clown me and take my work or steal from me and then bash me and make me look like I'm some kind of clown, because I don't even want anything that you have. I have what I want. I don't want nothing that you have, but you're not going to take from me and then forward yourself. You're not going to disrespect me and then forward yourself. You're not going to lie and tarnish my name and disrespect me and tell these people all this nonsense about me that's not true, and then further yourself while you try to tarnish my reputation. And that's what it's about for Katt, and I think that that's what it's always been about for Katt Williams. That's why I like him so much. Again, he's a great comic.
Of anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20...
He going all the way. He going all the way. He's going all the way. Let it be known, he's going all the way.
If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude?
That's a fact.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side.
Katt is talking that talk. Katt is talking that talk right now. He is talking that talk. I got to hear that again.
Why would you talk about another black dude?
He is talking
Race
that talk.
is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.G. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
And there's again, we're hearing a lot of things coming out different places. We're hearing it. He already spoke about a couple of people that have things rolling out consistently about them. So it's going to be interesting as time continues forward.
That the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen.
You better have a couple of those because this man is about to, he going in. He going in.
Get on there.
Right.
Shannon.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Are you prepared,
Because the
Shannon?
people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah.
Oh, because
I was gonna ask you that.
because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
You will tell it.
no, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you that no studio has ever lost money with me on the script. How? That's why I'm saying, that's why I can't let Rickey Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike. Because I wrote the words for Money Mike.
Exactly.
I designed the hair for Money Mike. I collaborated with the wardrobe department and made outfits to make sure that no one in America would be wearing what Money Mike was wearing. I told them to go get the Prowler. I then told them to paint it purple. I told them don't have an actor playing a pimp. We could get an actual pimp, Archbishop Magic Don Juan to play. Like, I did far too much work for somebody to come years later and try to tag along just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't
That's exactly what I said earlier. This is why he's always done this. Look, I know a lot of people are just, some people, at least out there, are always, well, he just seems bitter. He just told you. I've done far too much of this work. I've done all of the heavy lifting. I did all of this to help, to forward, to put all my own spin on characters. You talk about all that work you do with Money Mike. When you a guy, an actor of his level, and he's a great actor as well, to put as much as he did into that character, to make that character stand out the way that he did in that Friday movie. That's one of the greatest characters in the franchise. That's one of the guys where he made that character pop, where he made that movie even funnier. Of course, you had Day-Day. Of course, you had, all these other characters that went in there. But Money Mike was a guy. It was hilarious as well. It added so much flavor to that movie. So for him to do all of that work with that character, from setting it up to the color of the car to what he was wearing, everything played into how funny and how great that character turned out in that movie. And he's not going to let anyone take the shine and for it themselves and then bash him and tarnish him in that moment. He's not going to let that happen. And that's what it's always been about with him, man.
Just for their own self-aggrandizement.
Why didn't Cube set the record straight? Terry Crews could have set the record straight. Mike Epps could have set the record straight. Why none of them set the record straight?
That's what you were supposed to ask him when he told you those lies that
But I
no
didn't
one's
know it
ever
was a
heard.
lie.
Right, but he's telling you something no one's ever heard of. Nobody has ever heard, oh, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was in a movie, and somebody said, y'all should switch roles. Like, this is a business.
But that's the thing, Katt. Normally, when people are giving you information, I'm thinking I'm hearing it for the first time, and they're giving information no one else knows or have ever heard. So I'm taking them at face value.
These are like, this is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that think like a man. Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history. Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made... All lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to L.A. and in his first year in L.A., he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
Again, he's dropping bars. Calling Kev a plant. He's speaking his mind. Like I said, Katt has a lot of knowledge on a lot of situations and on that, other side there of the industry. And I know that there's a lot of, Katt is definitely getting at Shannon Sharpe as well here, saying, hey, you should have answered that question. But I understand Shannon's side of the coin as well. If you sitting in there, as an interviewer, your interviewee, if you're asking him questions, especially questions like that, where really the only people that would know, or the only person that would know if what Rickey was saying was true or not, was other people on that cast or people, producers and stuff. So really, you're taking his word for it because it's really only knowledge that him and the crew would be privy to. So if he's telling you something, you're taking it off of face value, because why would he lie? So I understand where Shannon is coming from. And even if Shannon were to question even further, because a lot of that knowledge that Katt is spitting right now is really only, it's knowledge that he's privy to because he was within that circle, making the movie. He was there, on a daily, doing his thing, working with the character. And so the only people that would have that intimate knowledge is the people that was there. And so even if Shannon was to ask him a question, he could just double down, and Shannon has no artillery to fight with. He has nothing, because he wasn't there. So I understand Shannon's point of view as well, and why, Smiley would say those things, and Shannon would just be like, okay, and take it at face value. Why would he think that Smiley was lying? But Katt is here to set the record straight. And what he just said about Kev being a plant is very interesting. I'm going to say it that. It's very, very interesting.
Understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again?
Let me tell you something. Katt Williams don't care about that. he don't care about that. One, because he don't care about it, and two, because Katt is successful. Like, he tours quite a bit, and I don't think a lot of people know that. Like, he's touring. He's still out there on the road. He's literally a stand-up comedian. Like, that's what he does. A lot of people do stand-up comedy and then break away and try to do something else. Or a lot of these guys, and it's no disrespect to anybody. Again, I'm just a fan, you know. A lot of these guys be on Instagram and they try to stand up comedy, don't really work, and they go into something else. They always trying to break into movies or just do skits, or they get away from stand up. Katt Williams is a stand up comic through and through. He gonna keep going, doing his thing. He gonna keep going on the road. So I don't think he's ever really been worried about being blackballed from a mainstream standpoint. Because like I said, he said these things in the past. I mean, he's definitely had some words for different people. This though, he's definitely diving more and more deep. But I personally don't think he's worried about that whatsoever. Because if he was, he wouldn't even say some of the things that we've been hearing him say here during this reaction. So
buyers not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all...
Katt going.
Job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency.
Whoa.
What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
This is, I'm telling you, behind, it gets nasty on that other side of the industry, and Katt is letting it be known. Again, this is not the first time. He's just going deeper and deeper, and he has no fear whatsoever. None.
And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he has 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part.
Right there. That's a fact. That's a fact. No denying it. No denying it. He absolutely called the people that were doing Ocean 11 and tried to get Bernie Mac up out of that place because he wanted that part. And mind you, him and Bernie, they were supposed to be close, and he was going behind his back doing all kind of dirty stuff. It's the game, man. That's the game some people play.
You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life. So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years. Steve Harvey don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Rickey Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you gotta be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. Yeah. This is my 19th 100-city tour. Yeah. I'm not gonna have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym, but you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to your upbringing. We're going to circle back and we'll get some...
I want to protect it real quick, because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you talking about Cedric.
Joke stealing from Cedric.
Cedric.
Okay,
So you had said that 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong, So
let's go back and clear that up.
Okay.
You said, I had Cedric on here, and I asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right. Okay.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial.
Yep.
So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up, takes about 3 minutes, but then you're just hitting them with jokes after that because you don't have to set it up.
Right.
Mark Curry had already helped me work on this joke because I thought it was good because I was getting a standing ovation on it. He had me go back in the lab and help me craft it to be an even more powerful joke. So this is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke.
Okay.
1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship. Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times, and Katt didn't do, as I stand before you, Shannon, I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding me?
And this is, you will bust his stomach. That happens. That happens all the time. There are not just guys, girls, they're young, not even young comics, but just no-name comics or comics on their way up. And there will be established comics that will come up and steal their jokes. But again, for him being so close, Cedric watching him and all, Cedric absolutely stole a joke from him. And this has been a known thing. But that happens, man. And it's especially for guys or people, that are on their way up in comedy, that could be devastating for them, because you got to think, these people's jobs are to be funny. That joke could have been one of the best jokes of all time, or one of their best jokes of all time, at least in their repertoire. And once you take that joke away, they got to find a whole nother concept, a whole nother this, a whole nother way to be funny. So if you're a guy that's established like a Cedric the Entertainer, you can sit back, watch some comics, some guys on their way up, some people on their way up, and take, sit there in a night's worth, take about 3, 4, 5 jokes of theirs, maybe even more, jokes that's really hitting that you think is funny, and then boom, you got yourself some work. And no one's ever going to think about it, especially if they're small enough to where they don't have the outlet for people to even believe them or listen to them or anything. Or, they're in a space where they're just never heard, ever. And you're just so big, you can take jokes and nobody will care about it, because nobody's ever going to listen to that person. And here Katt is, man. He's continued to grind. Like I said, he's a guy that's still on the road. He don't play. He's a stand-up comedian first. That's what he do. He knows, he's talked about it. His job, he feels like in life, is to be funny. And that's what he's going to do. And he don't shy away from getting on that stage, grabbing that microphone and that spotlight and doing everything he can to make you chuckle. Everything.
Patch right there. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you downplay me like that? Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, they're all a group. Cedric, Steve, Rickey, they've been a group. Everybody knows that. They've been aligned. And there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content, because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Now,
man, oh man. Katt Williams has spoke his mind. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Katt has always been a guy that shoots straight, and he don't play no games. He don't play no games. He may not be as famous as other people. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, oh, he's not as relevant, blah, blah. Listen, Katt has always been a talented guy, a great actor, and a great comic. And he's very intelligent guy, and quick-witted too. You want to Jones with him? I've seen him rip people apart doing that as well. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Also, give the video a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Get in those comments. Let me know what y'all think about Katt Williams, man. What he had to say. What do you think about the reaction? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I'm out.